ask you how to deal with anger.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, I was completely in the anger. I was, no silence, just completely shaken like a tree.
Mm.
And then I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with anger, or
If anger comes and it somehow finds expression somehow, there is even in that not. There are times you can control. You want to, you choose to, and you can control something rather than suppress it, if you are aware enough. But if it comes, let it come. Also, it's expressed, and no guilt about it. That can happen out. But somehow I am unable to store it in memory or something. Because I feel I've allowed or given permission for everything to be whatever it is. Somehow, no? So it's not, oh, I want or I don't want. No, let it happen, you see. Some beings have realized this body doesn't belong to me. I don't even have a life that I can say is mine. But it's at the result of a kind of an introspection, a seeing come.
I think it comes to the question actually in the letter. The question was, do I really know that that's me?
Do you really know that what is me? That what is you?
That I'm not the body, that I'm...
This is possible for you to know. It is possible for you to know. The whole purpose of this inquiry is to be clear about these things. Not rationally, intellectually, theoretically, mentally, but actually there is a power to the inquiry. There is a power. It's not a set of assumptions or projections. It's going to be as valid a way of seeing and experiencing something to be true as anything else. In fact, maybe for the first time, you are recognizing that many thoughts you have about yourself and life, you inherited them from somewhere else. It's not your own. You never even considered many of the things we're saying even. You see? And just by itself, it's showing up. And oh, I've held that belief for a very long time. And look at that. It's not mine. It's only that a relationship is formed with that, and somehow it was brought in and held to be me. It was not original to you. It came later, and so it can go. Like all other things, they can go. Meaning they go, their importance for you, their relevance for you. That will change, because there's nothing eternal about that. And what a discovery, that you're not stuck in an eternal relationship with your thoughts.
I'm discovering that, and the body can be hurt.
Yes.
It can be hurt.
Yes,
it's not me, but
yes.
it can still, those things can happen.
The body can be hurt, but it's the mind that suffers. Pain is there, it's part of the reality. It is there for saint and sinner. Pain is there. It's a pain body, pleasure body. But suffering has another quality to it. An emotional quality, psychological quality. So I feel that suffering is more optional. How one sees and how you meet your pain. I think I shared with you this the discussion that took place between one person who sat with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj and was saying to the master, "Sir, I've been listening to you and I'm deeply touched by what you say. But if I am to be honest," he says, I have to confess that I'm always experiencing suffering. I'm always experiencing suffering. And Maharaj says it's not true. It's not that you are experiencing suffering. It's that you're suffering you're experiencing. What an amazing insight. It's not that you're experiencing suffering, because there's nothing called suffering. But it's that you're suffering the way you experience. And find out why. Because the feeling was strong, life is happening to me. Something is happening to me. Not that it's merely happening, but it's happening to me. And immediately I becomes a kind of vulnerable. Becomes a... vulnerable. When observed, when I is consciousness, all things are moving somehow in the presence of that seeing, but it's not pulled into an identification, so there's more space. So by the time you're not pulling any parachute too early, that's why I say. Something just watches and just see how it pans out. And gradually you come to see, but left by itself, life just takes care of life somehow. But the panic button goes off for the mind. You go, oh no, something, because it's projecting always the worst scenario. This is the trademark of the mind. And so you project the worst case scenario, and then you pull the alarm bell quick. Because you don't want to meet your projection. And all of this is a movie being made in your own head quite often. In the place of consciousness, there's more space, and one just watches what happens in the body, how the mind is moving, and for a while there's very acute attention on that, and gradually that is kind of subsiding, and that is also seen, and you have not done anything. You have neither done nor undone anything. That is called self-mastery. And then somehow the real silence that is always here is not eclipsed anymore by this agitated energy, this personal energy which is always pulling the screen. Something just relaxes and in the open space again. There's a saying, it's not good to bite, but it's good to be bitten. It does something. Perhaps something might have taken 6 months to get processed, but in 6 seconds, it's out. With an intense experience, which is not pleasant, but it does the job. It evicts something much more swiftly than if you were being fed chocolates for 6 months and rubbing shoulders, and somehow it's gone. So can you open to life in all of its different flavor, you see? Sometimes very sweet, sometimes sharp,